roomies, and welcome back to another episode. I'm your co-host Vanessa.
And I'm your other co-host Catherine, and welcome back to Roommate Rewind. Woohoo! Yay! Every time you do that,
stop.
It goes boop 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 boop.
I need to stop
with the mic.
With the mic every time. I'm sorry, guys.
You just gotta do like a sign language.
A Brit from Dancing with the Stars.
Sign language.
Sign language, guys. Sorry.
Oh God. All right. So if you can tell by the title of this episode, I said it so strange.
Wow,
we're a mess today.
We're a mess
today. But we're recovering
from Halloweekend.
From Halloweekend.
Yes.
By the name of this title.
Yes.
Of this podcast. And so we're gonna talk all things Halloween, get all festive. And you know what? I think we're a little crooked today, this camera, but
if that doesn't just explain
that describes how we are today. So
it's Monday when we're recording this.
We're a little sideways.
Getting back into the routine of the week while still being exhausted. It's been a day, it's been a weekend. But we're gonna tell you guys all about it. So
let's jump right in.
Shall we? Okay.
Okay, you start.
Just talking about Halloweekend?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
What do we do?
God.
Friday. Let's go back.
Okay. Friday.
See that thought bubble? There's no thought bubble.
Oh, there it is.
In the middle.
Friday, it was beautiful outside, and you guys know that we had the worst weather weekend the weekend before that, my birthday weekend. So this weekend, I wanted to take some of our gal friends to Newburyport, Massachusetts, which is a cute little beach town. And obviously, they're not from this side of Massachusetts or Massachusetts at all. So none of them had ever been before.
Me.
None of them had ever been before. So I took it upon myself to be Miss Uber and bring them to Newburyport. And, we just kind of walked around, went into the shops, took some pictures, of course. Did we eat anything? I don't think we ate anything. We kind of went during the day because, of course, we have to get back in time to start getting ready for going out and dressing up and all that stuff. So how would you explain your Newburyport experience? Would you want to go back? Did you like it?
So I actually liked it. I think it reminded me of a little town in Long Island.
Really?
Yeah, that vibe is just kind of very Long Island-y. So
interesting.
I think I was expecting a little bit more. It was kind of like a strip, just a little strip.
Yeah. And
not to say oh, been there, done that, but it just was very familiar. I felt very at home.
That's
there.
Good, at least.
I felt very at home there. It was cute, cute little shoppies. It kind of reminded me of when we went to Greenport when you came over the summer.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the vibe I got.
That
been
makes
there.
Sense. It's a very small town, coastal feel almost. And once you go into every shop once, you're like, okay, I did that. But it is funny because me and my friends go to, if we want to go to, a nice dinner or a dinner not in our town, we'll drive up to Newburyport and, do the same exact thing. The amount of pictures I have at the same one, marina spot, go to the same restaurant, but it's just kind of a cute little tradition. It's definitely, once
cute.
you've been to the shops, it's you know what they have.
Yeah.
Whatever, so I totally get the familiarity and, the...
it wasn't bad. I'd just say it was, very familiar. I feel you were, not, hyping it up so much, but, I feel I was expecting something unfamiliar. I was expecting it to be, a town full of, shopping and, all of this stuff, and I was like, oh, it's just a cute little...
So basically, we won't be going back.
Yikes. No, I'd go back.
Would you?
I'd go back. I would do, what you do with your friends at home.
Dinner.
I would go for, dinner.
Yeah, you need to go to dinner. We go to the best pub. It's very yummy.
Yeah, so... That was Friday morning,
and
which I'm glad.
Us.
Which I'm glad we did that though, because we were saying most of us surprisingly don't have class on Friday, or we have class which is very early in the day. So we were like, what are we gonna do all day Friday until we go out later Friday night? So that's how we ended up coming up with this idea, and like we said, because your birthday got rained out, of doing something for the weekend prior to that. So I'm glad we did that.
Yeah.
But then Friday night, was we were exhausted from Newburyport.
We took a nap
literally
the second we got back.
I think it was because it was such a beautiful day too, and like the weather has been constantly flipping back and forth.
It was
from like nice to like bad.
Degrees. We went from like 40, 50 degrees to
like a tank top
degrees.
And shorts. Like
we were sweating.
You went from sweatshirt and a sweatpants.
And it's not like it was just the two of us
shorts.
or one of us. There were 5 of us girls, and all of us
were
like,
dying.
Everyone I drove, all of them fell asleep on the way home. Like everyone was exhausted.
I mean, I shut my eyes for like a couple minutes, but I think I was just so tired that like I couldn't sleep. You know when you're so tired you can't sleep?
Yeah.
I think that was me.
You overthink it kind of.
Yeah, if I was like, I know I should be sleeping right now, but because I know I'm so tired, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. And so, you know, I mean, in college, especially being girls, the amount of like energy and effort that you need to like get ready for going out for Halloween.
The social battery during the day was dead.
Gone. So you're like, how the hell am I supposed to like rally all night now?
Yeah. So, good thing we took that little nap.
We took a nap, and it took us even a while to, like, wake up from that. Like, we went to dinner right after that, just at our own school, and we were like, oh my God.
I think all of us were sitting there, and we were just like...
5 zombies.
We were like, wow.
Yeah. Like, truthfully, what just happened?
We're exhausted.
It was honestly so weird, but I think it was that it was so hot out, and we weren't used to it. That, like, I don't do well in the heat to begin with, so, you know... But it felt weird, like going out, getting dressed for Halloween, and I was like, thank God for once my costume, like, isn't long sleeves or something. Like, normally you're, like, so hyped that your costume is long sleeves, you'll be warm, but this year I was like, oh, thank God.
That's so
like,
true. Like, when you were little and Halloween fell on, like, a really, really cold day.
When your parents would make you put on, like, an ugly
sweatshirt!
white long sleeve underneath your costume, and you're like, it ruins the costume.
Ugly long sleeve. No, I was bulked in like a thick sweatshirt under my costume. So you're supposed to be like a princess, but like you're a princess with like a hoodie and like
thick. You wore a hoodie, like, wow.
Well, because like it's cold.
Yeah, I don't think I ever wore a hoodie, but like definitely like always a long sleeve that would show, and I was always upset about that.
But nonetheless, we rallied, and Friday night we had a great time.
What were you Friday night? What was your Halloween
Friday
costume?
night, I was a goddess. And I actually didn't, so my Halloween costumes, we'll get to my second one in a second, but I had so many, I honestly wasn't prepared for Halloween this year. Like, I think I usually think out my outfits, like, a little bit more, like, in advance, because I'm just a planner of, like, planning things ahead, especially, like, costumes and stuff. Like, I know you have to order stuff and, like, whatever, but I think I was just so busy with schoolwork here that, like, Halloween just seemed like another thing on my, like,
it was
list,
on the back burner.
on my to-do list that I was just throwing to the, like, the bottom of the list every single time. So weeks and weeks of not ordering anything, not thinking of anything, and then finally it was, like, a week or two before, like, this weekend, and I was like, oh my God, I have to order costumes, and everything, like, I wanted to be was not gonna come in time, like, all of the pieces, and so I was just like, you know what, I don't want to half-ass it, so I'm just gonna do something that, like, would come in time. So the goddess was one of the costumes that came in time, and I'm actually really happy about it, because I think it was, like, a fun, easy costume.
Comfy.
A little, like, behind the scenes about my costume, actually, is, so the goddess costume that I got, didn't come with pants. So, because it was, like, a goddess dress. And when I was, like, reading the description, it was like, oh, like, full set with, like, the jewelry, like, the hair piece, the earrings, like, everything, like, you need, because, like, goddess
it came
is,
with
like,
earrings?
Yeah, it came with, like, gold, like, feather, like,
that's
flat, like,
crazy.
leaf earrings, that were really pretty, so I was like, oh, like, everything's included. So, like, a couple days before it gets here, I put it on, and I'm like, I realized, I'm like, oh, I put them on, like, over leggings. I was just wearing leggings, and I was like, I'm wearing leggings right now. And I was like, I didn't see pants in the bag. So then, luckily, one of my friends just had, like, a pair of white shorts, so it didn't go, like, the best with it, but I think we were able to DIY that situation.
And that's
yeah, we weren't pantless, so that was good.
Success.
Or I would have just had to go nude. Just kidding. Just
Happy Halloween.
Just kidding.
That's silly.
Alright, what about you?
My Friday night costume was 100% gifted to me by someone else. None of the pieces were mine. I was very thankful. I mean, I personally, unpopular opinion, but just Halloween at college is horrible. I don't enjoy, like, a single second of it, and I'm sorry to be so negative, but, like, I'm just telling the truth. I don't enjoy Halloween at school. So I was, like, again, like what Kat said, like, you know, it was kind of so many other things were going on, so I'm like, why would I even, like, focus on a costume, whatever, I don't really care. And so, again, last minute comes, and I'm like, shit, like, I could use a costume. So I remember I was, like, scrolling through all my friends' Instagrams, and one of our friends, Maddie, who was on our Jeopardy episode, she was so kind to offer me her costume from last year. She was a white swan, but...
Was it on some TV show or something? Or some movie or something?
Maybe. They were, like, a white and black swan. It was, like, a duo costume. But so she was like, you can totally have it. And I was like, okay. And, like, I'll put a little spin on it and, like, just call myself a ballerina. Because, like, the bottom was a tutu. So I was like, I'll be a ballerina. So thankfully, she gave me that. It was literally just a corset and a tutu. And let me tell you, corsets, I don't know how the shorties in, like, the 1700s or whatever did it. Because that shit was tight. Like, I couldn't breathe. I felt like I had an hourglass figure afterwards. It's gone now, but...
I think that's what they're supposed to do.
Gone. Yeah, which is crazy. Definitely couldn't wear that on a daily basis, so props to those girls back then. But that was costume number 1. And then costume number 2 for us...
See, like, I wish I flip-flopped my costumes.
Really?
Well, because I feel like... I don't know. Like, I feel like day 1 is more, like, hyped than day 2.
It is.
Like, it's more of, like, the excitement because it's, like, the first costume.
You haven't done
it
yet.
I feel like usually you do, like, your favorite costume the first day.
Totally.
But I was thinking, like, for some reason this year I was thinking, like, the opposite. Like, I was thinking in reverse.
So you liked your second costume
I liked my second costume better. I think I just, like, liked the idea. Like, I liked the vibe of it better. I liked the physical costume of it better.
What was it?
I was a sailor.
Yes, I loved that costume too.
Yeah, like, I'm upset that, like, also too, I feel like this day 2, I was so busy of just kind of, like, running around and, like, whatever.
Totally.
And, like, even though I had more time in a way to, like, get ready, I felt like more rushed second day. And I feel like it wasn't because, like, we already took pictures and stuff for day 1 before we went out. Like, day 2, I was like, okay, like, I'm not, for some reason in my mind in that moment, I wasn't, like, worried about getting pictures. And then, like, flashback forward to, like, yesterday or, like, today, I was like, oh, like, I have no photos from day 2.
You did get a really cute picture, though. Like, in your costume.
I did get a cute picture.
You still have to document it nice.
We'll put pictures, too, like, in the middle of our costumes. Our costumes. But also, too, we did post our day 1 costumes on TikTok. So if you haven't seen that TikTok yet, go see it on Roommate Rewind.
It's our costumes and all of our friends. So you'll get to see all the looks. My costume for the second day, I was a pirate, and my boyfriend came up as well. So we did, like, a duo costume, and he was a pirate, too. And I really liked that costume. It was long sleeve, so, like, I was like, am I gonna be sweating? Because, again, it's so hot out.
Yeah.
But I actually wasn't. Like, it was, like, a good temperature. It was very comfortable. Much more comfy.
Day 2 was colder than day 1, for sure.
It was definitely colder. Like, not, like, at all, like, freezing or anything. But, like, night 1, you were sweating.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no. Day 2 costumes, we kind of matched. Like, you know, sailor, pirate. We both had that, like, red and black.
Water vibes. Water.
Oh, we never got a picture of the 3 of us.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I said I literally did not get any pictures.
We didn't get pictures, no. I was definitely not the best at pictures this weekend at all. But that's okay because it's the memories that you made.
Yeah, but definitely I think even though I didn't love, like, some of my, like, this year was definitely not my year for Halloween. I think I definitely flopped a little this year on Halloween. Like, I feel like usually I plan my costumes out maybe a little bit better, but this year I was kind of like last minute, like, just get costumes.
Well, we already have good ideas for you next year.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to give them away. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to give them away, but
I'll tell you after.
But our friends definitely had nice costumes. So, out of all of our friends, what costumes were, like, your favorite this year out of all of our friends? Or, like, what were costumes that you saw, like, walking around that you were like, oh my god, like, I want to do that next year, like...
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to picture costumes I saw, like, out and about.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know, like, they were either, like, a princess that was, like, very obvious. Like, oh, I can tell you're, like, Cinderella.
Or they were something I had no clue.
I was like, you look great, but, like, what are you?
See, I feel like for me, people get annoyed, and, like, I want to hear people's thoughts on this, too, because people get annoyed when people do, like, really basic outfits. Like, when you're a sailor, or, like, you're a cop, or, like, whatever. Like, some people
there were so many cops and prisoners. I would say, would you say that was the biggest thing at our school this year?
Honestly, yeah.
Cops
I think day one, there was a lot of people as cops.
Which, don't get me
wrong,
did I almost do that costume? 100%. Did I just find a cheaper option? 100%. Like, I love that costume idea. So me, I guess, to answer your question that you brought up, I'm all for a basic costume.
Oh, me too.
It's how you do it. If you half-ass it, then I hate it. But, like, if you are just, like, a stunning princess or, like, a stunning cop, like, you killed it.
If you half-ass a basic costume, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But if you, like, go, like, all out,
totally.
I think either way you have to go all out, especially if you're doing something that, like, people aren't really gonna know. Like, especially if you're, like, dressing up as a person or, like, a character or something, like a TV show character. I feel like you definitely need to go a little bit more, like, all out, because, like, also too,
to let people know.
If you half-ass it, like, what is your costume?
Exactly. There was a couple of people that I was like, I am so sorry. I just don't know who you are. So many people said, when I was a ballerina, everyone was like, what are you? Like, I literally got not pulled aside, that sounds weird, but, like, asked by, like, 15, 20 people, like, what are you? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. I was like, people are saying ballerina, so that's what I'm saying too, you know? Like, so I totally get that, but I am all for basic costumes.
No, I'm all for basic costumes,
end of time,
too.
Be a cop. That's great.
Yeah, people, I feel like, really sometimes hate when they're like, oh, like, why are you just gonna do something, like, so basic? They're like, why? Like, even though I will say, I am a hypocrite.
Isn't basic,
I am a hypocrite because I don't like the princess costume. I hate when people do, well, not,
I do, it just depends how you do it again.
Personally, I'm not a fan of the princess costumes. It's not that I don't hate.
You were a princess last year.
Exactly. Exactly. I was a princess last year for Halloween, and I didn't want to be a princess, but it was like the group thing, you know, you do it with a group.
Yeah.
You do it with a group, and just like, I feel like it's so overdone.
Yeah. I actually have a point I want to bring up.
But I think that's the one costume that's basic, sorry, that like I just think like is completely overdone. Yeah. But besides that, I like basic costumes. Go ahead.
So me personally, I do this, and I'm wondering if you do and if you guys do.
I don't know.
And I feel like this is the first year I didn't participate in this, like, idea that I have. So that's another reason why I think this Halloween kind of flopped, is I didn't, like, go with what I normally do. But did you, growing up, every year kind of base your Halloween costumes on, like, your interest of the year, or say your favorite character of the year? Because for me, growing up, whatever I was into, like, I did that. Like, one year I was obsessed with Riverdale, so I was Veronica. One year I was obsessed with America's Got Talent, so I was an America's Got Talent contestant.
What? Stop.
We'll get into that, because that's my favorite costume of all time. So keep listening, because I'm going to talk about that more later. But yeah, like, every year, whatever my main interest was is kind of what I went with for Halloween.
Yeah. So
this year just being, like, random ass things, I'm like, I have no tie to this. Even last year I was a cowgirl. I love country music, you know, so that made sense to me.
Yeah.
But this year I loved my costumes, but they made no sense.
Yeah.
I guess I was really into Pirates of the Caribbean this year, though, so my pirate costume makes sense.
I feel like I didn't really do that.
Like, you were just whatever you thought was cute at the time?
Yeah, like, I think I just kind of picked, like, whatever I thought was cute, or, like, what... Honestly, like, I was a fat kid growing up. Like, I was just whatever fit. Like, like, when I was going to Party City, and you're looking at that giant wall, and there's line, there's a line of people. Yeah, you're going to that, like, remember you go to, like, that closet, like, there was always, like, that lady who was, like, going to the back of the storage room in, like, Party City.
Back storage closet?
Wait, so, like, did you ever pick out your Halloween costumes at Party City?
Yeah.
So, like, remember Party City? Like, you go and you look at the wall.
Oh, and did you tell them what you wanted, the wall. And then they went and
there was
it?
Always a line.
Kind of like a shoe place.
Yeah.
I need to sneeze, sorry.
Exactly. God bless you. Ah!
Oh, no! I can't
anyway,
moving
chew.
on.
But you always
burns.
like, so for our party city, like especially the one like closest to my house, you always picked like on the wall, like you memorized the number, so it was like 19 like A, B, C, I don't know. So then you wait on this long ass line because of course everybody and their mother and everybody from town and everybody was always at
we didn't go and look there.
Was at
Party
City.
City this year.
Well, I feel like party cities don't really exist anymore.
There's one in Salem right next to my house.
Is there really?
You should have gone. I love it there. Anyway, sorry.
But I feel like a lot of party cities have like closed.
Really, we still buy like all of our party supplies there.
Really?
Yeah. Some girl this year, I just want to shout her out. She was a piñata. And
that was creative. That was creative.
She wins most creative award. I don't know if Miss Piñata Girl is watching this, but you killed it right away. I was like, she looks like the Fortnite piñata, and I loved it. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm. Okay. Anywho.
She wins my award for the year.
I mean, she looks like a piñata for sure, but
yeah, she just killed it. I love it.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah, you wait on that long line, and then it kind of, like that room that they went into, it was like a closet looking like storage room, and like they find the outfit, and then it was just like whatever they had available in your size, and then like you're trying it on in like the really like dark like aisle that like no one goes down, and you're like throwing it on over your clothes. Your mom's like, quick, and they're like standing in front of you.
You're like the 60th birthday aisle.
Yeah. You like go into like some random aisle and like hey, other kids and like their parents, because like of course there's no dressing
I did that
rooms.
this year.
There's no
I full on stripped in Spirit Halloween and
there's no dressing rooms. Like if there is dressing rooms, they're packed. They're packed, and of course the people who get the dressing rooms are always the slowest.
Or the bitches with 10 costumes that they're trying on.
Are the slowest people. So you're just stripping in the aisle.
Yeah.
You're stripping in the aisle. Like, but you're like thrown over, you're like...
It was always an event.
You know what? It's cold anyway. You're throwing it over your sweatshirt, like, to see if it works that way, too.
Nah, I was butt-ass naked in the halls.
So...
Oh, boy.
And I feel like that's what, like, I did as a kid. But no, I feel like I don't... See, like, I feel like you get obsessed with things for, like, certain periods of time. I don't really get obsessed with things like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I really, like, I definitely have my favorite things, and, like, I like a lot of things, and I, like, TV shows, like, I watch so much TV, like, I have so many, like, favorite shows, or, like, shows that I've watched, whatever, but I, like, don't get obsessed with them. The only one thing I get, like, really obsessed with is American Girl dolls, and we all know that, but, like, I don't know, I don't get, like, obsessed like that, so... I don't know. I don't do that. I just kind of pick my costume of like what the vibe was. I think a lot too of like what my friends were doing. Like when we started getting like close to middle school age, my friends always wanted to do like everybody wanted to do a huge costume together. So I mean, I think this like segues into like what was your favorite costume of like your childhood?
Ever? Okay. I think I have two. One is just going to be favorite of all time, and then the second one is going to be, I think, like, most, like, creative. Like, the most work I put into it, I guess. I would say the most creative one ever, we did it as a group of 4, and we were playing cards, and we, like, got this fabric and these shirts, and, like, made ourselves into full-on, like, cards, and I think I was, like, the Jack of Spades, or, like, something weird, but... It was very fun. That was just creative and, like, fun to make. It was something fun that we all did together.
Yeah.
But my favorite costume of all time, we're going back to the America's Got Talent year that I did.
Oh, God.
I was, if you guys don't know, he was probably on season, like, 20-something. It was, like, peak AGT. And I was Tape Face, who is...
I'll put up a picture.
I loved him. We've gone back and forth on the DMs. Like, nothing crazy, obviously. That sounded bad. But, like, just how much I love him. Like, his acts are truly amazing. He's
That's
like
crazy that he answered.
Multiple times, too. I was like, I'm so famous. That's me, though. Like, I will DM any person on America's Got Talent I like. And they honestly always
DM
answer.
Celebrities?
Not super celebrities. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like, I'll DM the people, like, that are on America's Got Talent, that are looking for support, that want to answer. I've DM'd David Schwimmer 20 times, and he's never answered me. But, so that's, like, the type of celebrity.
One day.
I know.
Honestly, though, they might not even know how to do DMs.
I know, right? So that's,
crazy?
like, the celebrities that don't answer. But, like, all the America's Got Talent people, like, I've had full-on conversations with, like...
I have such a side, like, thing about that though, like that just made me think of, like, and shout out to Jessie if she's watching this, but Jessie, like, I'll never forget, in high school, my friend Jessie from home, she DM'd the company Mott's. Like, you know, like...
Did you tell me this?
I think I did tell you this, but, like, she DM'd the company Mott's about, like, the fruit snacks.
Yes, I do know the
about
story.
The fruit snacks, and so she's, like, big into, like, the Mott's fruit snacks, and she was complaining because, like, and it's true, like, they always put in, like, the flavors that no one likes the most,
mm-hmm.
like, and it's, like, the most of, so, like, there was more, like, carrot than, like, apple, and she DM'd them, and she was like, you know, I would really like a better assortment of the carrot to pear to apple ratio. And they DM'd her back and they were like, thank you so much for your concern. Like, we love that you're so passionate about Mott's.
Awesome.
Like, thank you so much. And she
I'm
was
gonna
like,
DM Apple.
I'm glad that I'm
I really hate the Apple iPhone 15. Like, I should get one.
Girl, they're not answering. They're not answering.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta find a brand like that, like Mott's. That's a good brand to DM.
I heard, like, Chipotle replies back a lot.
Chipotle is just... They would reply.
I feel like I've heard a lot that, or like seen on social media, like people DMing Chipotle or like or like Chipotle on Twitter, like just, or X or whatever the hell it's called now, just like always,
it'll never be X to me.
Always responding back, like, and I just think that's so funny.
I love
I love when brands respond back with something funny back.
Me too.
Like that just shows like the person who's doing their social media is hilarious. Like they have a good social media person if they're responding back with like back to like funny memes and stuff.
Who's the most like famous person that's ever acknowledged you online? Like it doesn't even have to be a reply, but like any form of interaction at all.
I have no idea.
I feel like you also don't comment on as many. And actually, now that I think about that, like you don't engage as much, I guess, like on like famous people's like accounts, like I do. Like I'm like, answer me.
I mean, I use social media to like post my photography stuff, to just kind of like document my life, like type of thing. Like I'm not really doing it to like...
I'm the opposite. I don't post. I look at other people.
Like I don't really... Not that I don't look and comment on other people's stuff. Like I do my friends.
Yeah,
but like celebrities people. And like brands and stuff.
Yeah.
Like unless it's something maybe I really, really like or whatever. Like I'm not the one who enters like every single giveaway that like I see.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a big, like, giveaway person or, like, whatever. Like, I just kind of scroll, I see them, like, whatever, hey, it happens. Yeah.
Should we move into our kind of, like, main little Halloween segment thingy?
Sure.
I'm very excited.
Hello?
Aren't we doing something that you came up with?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I blanked.
I knew you had, like, a Halloween. I do, too, but, like, hers is, like, more main, so I thought we were going to do that one first.
Speaking of different... Oh, but I didn't do my Halloween costume.
What Halloween costume?
My childhood Halloween costume.
Oh, yeah. How did we get so off topic? Anyways.
Because I started talking about Mott's.
Oh, yeah. Alright, she's gonna go over her favorite Halloween costume.
So, I think my favorite Halloween costume, like I said, like, when I reached, like, around middle school age, me and my friends like to do, like, huge group costumes of, like, all of us together. So, I think one of my favorite costumes still to this day was we were, like, giant babies.
We were, like, terrifying.
We were, like, giant babies, terrifying. Like, the onesies. Like, I definitely have a picture of me, so I'll put it up. They
scare me so bad.
But... What do you mean?
Like, they have, like, the giant baby, like, at Salem, Massachusetts, like, walking around, and they freak me out. There was a giant baby in the most recent haunted house I went 12. To.
But I'm, like, 12
no, totally, but so I just think of the giant babies. And like,
it's, like, and there was, like, 14 of us who dressed up
as... terrifying.
Who dressed up as big babies.
The big babies are freaky as fuck.
Let me tell you.
Put up a picture of, like, you versus, like, what an actual big baby looks like. Because I'm sure you were the cute version.
Well, because I was,
those
like,
shits
12.
are freaky as hell.
Like, all of me and my friends, like, we had our hair in, like, 2 little pigtails. Like, we drew, like, fake little freckles. And then it came with, like, a cute little, like...
I have to see this picture.
I'll show you after. I have a picture of me. I think the picture that I'm going to put up is a picture of me and my dog Muffin. And my dog Muffin was actually a taco that year. She was a taco.
Has she ever been a muffin?
No, she should. That's actually such a good idea. I don't know if she's doing a Halloween costume this year. I actually have to ask.
Be a muffin.
If she is, I'll put one up. But if I don't put one up, that means she wasn't anything for Halloween this year. But I'll ask my mom. I'll ask my mom.
That's so funny.
But yeah, but that was probably my favorite. Because you know why? It was a onesie. So it was A, warm. It was warm. B, mobile. At that age, oh, and because there was so many of us, trick-or-treating was a competition. It was a competition.
Yeah.
It was who could race to that bowl first.
You have houses so close to each other. I can't even imagine the amount of houses you can go to in that time.
Oh. I definitely, like, 100. I would say...
I still made it to 100 houses. I'm sure you went to more than that. Like, I made it to 100 houses, and my houses are, like, football fields apart.
And we would do, like, certain, like, areas.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I think it was whoever's house you were, like, kind of near, like, at the
neighborhood
time.
hop. Would you Well, your neighborhoods are, like, just so...
I mean, like, we would and we wouldn't.
Like, we'd get in a car and then go somewhere else.
That's crazy. We didn't do that. we weren't that extreme.
Really? Oh my God.
We weren't that extreme. But, like, just, there's nothing better than, like, laying all of your candy out on the floor.
And trading
and then, like,
afterwards.
trading with your friends.
How long was your designated Halloween times?
What do you mean?
Like, the event of Halloween, like, when did trick-or-treating officially start? Like, when did the kids start filing outside? And, like, how long
probably
did it last?
around, like, dinner time. Around,
but, like, how long was it?
Oh, it lasted all night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Like, ours was, like, a sharp 5 to 7. Lights
what?
out. Yeah.
No.
And if a house kept their lights on past 7, you would get so excited. Like, we would wander the neighborhood till, like, 7:30, but, like, that was it.
Oh, it was, like, I would say it was probably till maybe 11 o'clock at night.
Wow,
yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, let us know, like, how long your Halloween was. That's actually...
Well, because I think a lot of people, like...
Ours was such a sharp cutoff.
I feel like it was a really long, like, it was all day. It was all, like, afternoon.
Were there
like,
houses that you had to go inside of?
Yeah.
To get candy?
Yeah, there's this one house, like, that, you know, there's always that one house that, like, they let you inside.
Yeah.
And your mom's, like...
And it's creepy as hell inside.
Your parent gives you, like, the warning. They're like, just be careful, remember? Like, when you go in. They're, like, literally standing out in, like, the sidewalk, and they watch you go in. And they're like, be careful. Like, when you go in, don't touch anything. And you're like...
I am the most excited. The most exciting thing about having kids is going to be taking them trick-or-treating.
Did you ever...
I'm so excited.
Like, have that one house that you knew every year had, like, the full-size
the jumbo bars? Well, of course. And we went there first.
Yeah.
We made sure to go there first, and if you had time on the way back when they'd forget you by then. But yeah. Did most people hand you candy, or was there buckets that you would just take from?
Mixture of both.
Yeah, same.
Mixture of both. So, like, what I was gonna say, too, is, like, I feel like trick-or-treating when I was a kid kind of went in rounds.
Halloween as a kid was perfect.
But it kind of went in rounds. So, like, first... we would do, like, kind of go door to door to people and, like, knock on their doors, and, like, people would physically give us candy. Then we'd go back for round 2, which was then we'd sit, we'd trade candy, like, whatever, and then we'd go back out for round 2. Round 2 was kind of a mixture of, like, people handing out candy, like, a little bit less, but it was more what we called bowl hunting.
And we went for the whole bowl.
We went bowl hunting. Wow. And I will say, we
called the cops on bowl hunters. Like, if someone took the bowl, no, that's any house.
That was the whole fun of it. I'll never forget.
You were an asshole if you did that.
Really?
Yeah. Like, that was very frowned upon. Like, you got yelled at if they caught you.
What?
You get screamed at. Yeah.
What?
That's why never once in my life have I taken a whole bowl of candy. Like,
that's crazy.
Only delinquents did. Like, literally. That was like you're a bad human.
Ooh, I guess I'm a bad human.
Maybe it's just normal around there, because, like, no, that was, like, very frowned upon.
So I think, like, the thing with bowl hunting for us was, I remember, like, how it started is when I was, like, little, we went trick-or-treating with my cousins. And my cousins kind of introduced me and my brother to, like, bowl hunting, because...
It's always the cousins.
Because, like, we would go bowl hunting, and we'd look for bowls, and then, like, the bowl... we'd be like, oh, this is a nice bowl, and we'd take the bowl, too. But I think because, like, we're such a close, tight-knit town, that, like, the bowls kind of got back to everybody one way or another.
That's so interesting.
Of, like, yeah, like...
Like,
if
so you
we
knew,
if we, like, kind of knew, like, who lived there or whatever, like, sometimes as a joke we'd steal their bowl, and then, like, we'd bring it to my house, and then they'd be like, you know, like, days later, like, maybe that one person who lived in that house would come over for whatever reason, and they'd be like, your mom would, like, serve chips in that bowl, and they'd be like, I've seen that before.
Really? Really?
I mean, like, mostly we kind of took them from, like, don't get me wrong. If it was a really, really nice bowl.
No,
like,
yeah,
if it
obviously.
was one that, like, the hands move.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
batteries.
No, totally. I know what you mean.
Like, we're not taking that bowl.
Like, if you saw a cute plastic bowl with a ghost in it.
If it's a plastic chip bowl, that was a goner. That was a goner.
Crazy.
That was a goner.
That's crazy.
That was a goner.
Yeah, don't put something out that you don't want to risk getting stolen.
Oh, 100%.
I miss Halloween as a kid. Like, I'm so tempted. Tomorrow's actual Halloween. I want to go home.
I have a question
and
for you.
candy.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Did you go trick-or-treating during when, like, Hurricane Sandy hit? Like, years ago.
Yeah,
so did we.
Did.
So did we. There was, like, a big thing that
we played outside during the hurricane. Like, I think that's also a New England thing. Like, I think people, like, say in the South or something would be like, lock the doors. Like,
well, I feel like, did Hurricane Sandy hit you, I feel like, hard?
I don't remember. Like, a ton of trees, like, fell, like, in our yard, but, like, houses weren't really, like, destroyed, unless a tree fell on your house, but, like...
See, like, I feel like, well, obviously, like, Long Island, of location-wise...
You probably had more wind.
We got
we're also the same way away from the ocean, though. Like, we're about the same distance away from the ocean. You're, like, 20-30 minutes, and so am I.
I mean, I guess, but, like, we got hit with Hurricane Sandy really hard, where, like, school was closed, I think, for, like, a week.
Yeah.
School was closed for, like, a week, a lot of trees down. I mean, like, in my neighborhood, at least, like, my grandparents' town, like, they are right on the water.
Yeah,
like,
they are, yeah.
I remember, like, going and, like, cleaning their house, like, their house and, like, their stuff.
That's
and
crazy.
That was,
like, that was very windy Halloween.
Yeah.
That was a very windy
but
Halloween.
I remember, too, like, we went trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
We went trick-or-treating.
Oh, of course.
We were jumping over, like, live wires. We were jumping over live wires and, like, all that stuff. I remember that.
No, nothing was stopping a child from... One year, it was pouring rain, and my brother had a cast on that he couldn't get wet. He was an astronaut with a plastic bag hand. Like, he was still going. You know, like, you made anything work.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so... That was fun. I love talking about Halloween as, like, a kid, because it's so nostalgic.
Halloween as a kid was amazing.
Like, I hope you guys watching this right now are just feeling nostalgia with us.
I hope you're feeling this nostalgia, because I am.
All right.
And I'm literally going to fall asleep to a Halloween movie.
So, but moving on to our next segments. We decided, even though Halloween is not technically till tomorrow, there are a couple people who also celebrated Halloweekend, celebrity-wise, and I just want to let's look at some celebrity photos. So I'll put the celebrity photos up, and then we'll just kind of rank them. You know?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm excited.
Ranking celebrities' Halloween photos.
Like James Charles, Tana Mojo, Jeffree Star, always rating the Halloween costumes were like my thing every year. Trisha Paytas, like all those people rating the Halloween costumes.
I hope they do that this year.
The Met Gala costumes, like
I hope they do that
live
this
for
year.
those videos, so we're gonna get.
We're doing something very similar, so let's jump right into it. All right. The first person we have is Paris Hilton as Britney Spears.
Oh.
She did like the flight attendant from like Toxic. Honestly, I think she killed this.
Really, I do not like that at all.
What?
She looks like Jeffree Star.
That is iconic.
I also don't fully know what you're talking about.
Iconic.
Like, I know like the video you're talking about, but
what? You don't know Britney Spears Toxic?
No, that's what I said. That's the part I do know.
Oh.
I wouldn't call that iconic. I don't know.
I think I just died. That's crazy.
I think it's just not very Paris. But I get, like, she could kind of go more. I think I just
You're
love
telling
her, like,
me that's not
that's
iconic.
The exact same. We'll put a comparison picture of, like, the Britney Spears in Paris, but...
This is a lot of editing for me later.
Yeah, Kat will do what I want.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
She killed it, like, identical-wise. Like, she looks just like her. The costume itself isn't my favorite. But she killed the identical look.
So let's do, like, out of 5. 5 stars. What are you giving it?
2.5.
Whoa.
Yeah, sorry.
Whoa, that's crazy. You know what? I got you, Paris. I'm gonna give her a 4. Solid 4.
Okay.
Solid 4.
I love Paris.
Next is Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly as Kill Bill characters.
Oh.
Personally,
not my favorite.
This is not my favorite. I think maybe because I don't really know exactly who they are.
I don't either.
But this is just not doing it for me. I feel like usually the two of them do so well with their costumes.
And Megan Fox is stunning, and like this is just not.
I feel like this is just boring. Like, for them, this
it's
is boring.
It's extremely boring. They look kind of like that edgy couple that would walk around high school together. Like, and what they're dressed as, too. Like, minus the blood stains, I guess. But, like...
I don't know. I just feel like it's boring compared to what they usually do.
They could have done so much better.
So, I'm going to give this... I think I'm going to give this a 2.5.
Oh, I'm giving it a 1. It's horrible.
Oh, okay.
Next. Sorry.
Alright, this one, Justin Bieber as a diver. I thought this was hilarious. I thought that this was hilarious.
Okay.
He killed it. That's so freaking funny.
I've never seen anyone be a diver.
So
you know,
funny.
I've seen we've seen surfers.
I think it just goes with his personality so well. He's like sometimes a goofball, but sometimes just plain.
It does.
And like just plain.
Yeah.
So I think it goes so well.
I give him, like, for creativity, I guess, like, it's like a 5, but, like, the effort, he's wearing, what, shorts and a little vest.
But so, I think it kind of is funny and it's so him because of, like, the memes that go around of, like, Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber of, like, she's always dolled up for, like, a red carpet event and he's wearing sweats.
I give it a 3.
You know, type of thing.
Yeah. So I give it a 3. He didn't try. It's very creative,
I'm
but...
gonna give this a 4. I'm gonna give this a 4.
Okay. He has goggles on his head, like the nose one.
Alright, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos.
5.
Day of the Dead couple.
5.
5 as well. I think they killed this. I feel like they
killed it.
They killed this.
Literally. Day of the Dead.
Kelly Ripa, I feel like she always... They always...
killed that.
Always
the outfits, the hair, the makeup.
I feel like they always go all out.
Wow.
And this year too, like, it's simple...
That is unbelievable.
It's simple but complex at the same time, and they both tried.
5
they both
stars.
Tried. I think that's a 5. That's a 5. Next. Alright, this is Lizzo as Tina Turner. I just thought that this, like, photo shoot was so funny. It's not my favorite.
I feel like you guys already know my score. This is a big 0 for me. That is not even a 1. That's a 0. She put on a dress and called herself someone else.
Yeah, I think it's a 2.
0.
It's a 2. It's
0
not my favorite.
effort.
It's not my favorite, but I think the photo is hilarious.
The photo is hysterical.
The photo is hysterical. Like her in the light, like
0.
Next. Alright, Demi Lovato is Snow White. See, I hate how in this picture, and I've looked up for more, like, cheerier pictures of her at this event this weekend. I just wish she looked happier.
I saw one picture of her that she looks stunning. I think she's stunning. So
I think this really looked good on her. Actually,
it looked good on her, but the costume itself is kind of ugly. Like I think she.
But I don't think Snow White's dress is like the prettiest of all. Like
I think it's the ugliest out of every princess.
Well,
dress.
that's what I'm saying. Like
you know, it's like red, blue, and yellow. Like
I think it's very modest for like.
I don't think it's her at all. Like I would expect, especially with like her comeback era, this like grungy. Like I'd expect her
something more edgy
to be like something goth,
not so
Snow White.
Yeah, I agree.
She looks beautiful.
I have mixed thoughts about it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
I don't like the costume. I have to give it like a 2.5.
You're harsh.
I'm honest.
You're hard.
But I love her, but I just don't like the costume.
All right, now we have Paris Hilton as Mushroom Katy Perry from one of her music videos. I think Paris Hilton just killed it this year. This is a 4.5. This is a 4.5.
I think I'm gonna say a 4.
This is a 4.5. This is hilarious.
That's really good.
This is hilarious and it's spot on.
I love her costume. I love the outfit.
And it's spot on. Alright, next we have Camila Mendez and Rudy as Mario and Luigi.
Who's Rudy?
Rudy is like that Vine star. Remember he was like a Vine star?
I wasn't on Vine. Like, I don't know who that is.
Really?
Camila Mendez. Wait,
well, this is her boyfriend.
Who's Camila Mendez?
Veronica from Riverdale.
Oh, yes. How could I ever forget? That just doesn't look like her. Wow.
And maybe it's just the picture, but...
That is just what I say.
It's cute.
It's again, basic. What we talked about earlier, it's basic.
It's basic.
They did not go above and beyond. I'm giving it a 2. They look very cute, but...
Yeah, I'll agree with
it's
the
2.
It's like a 2. I think it's just boring.
Yeah.
Alright, next we have Kelsey Ballerini as Barbie from the Barbie movie.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, she looks like she'd wear this on any day. This is country Barbie.
But I think this is cute.
She's country Barbie, but Kelsey Ballerini is like a country Barbie.
Well, I think that's like the whole joke. I think that's the whole joke, though, is that she's a country singer and that she's doing like country Barbie and she's a country singer. I think it's cute.
I think it's cute, but I think it's so basic. I think she probably already owned this in her closet. So for that, I'm gonna give her a
And I think
2.
she looks like Barbie. So
she does.
I think
that's what I'm saying.
Really
She's literally already Barbie.
You're giving it a 2. Wow.
Yeah. So basic.
I'm gonna give her a 3.5.
That's kind.
Because I think it's just very in the middle.
She looks very good. Just
like
her.
I think it very in the middle. Like not so much on the creative end.
Yeah.
But she looks really good, and I think she killed it.
Totally.
So
I agree.
There's another.
Yeah, she looks really good.
Oh, and then there's Adele as Morticia Adams.
Oh. 5.
Right.
5.
Right. I'm gonna give this a 4.5.
Wow. That's also fair. I think I was a little generous. I can't see the whole outfit. Do we have a whole outfit body?
No. I can put one up.
I can just tell.
Screen, but
if the dress matches the face,
makeup,
then a 5.
I feel like Adele just embodies, like, if there was...
She has that bone structure of of the Addams family.
So funny, of like, she should have played Morticia in
Yeah.
Wednesday, like the show.
Yeah,
like
she
should have played the mother.
Yeah.
She should have played the mother. I feel like she would have killed that
she
role.
Looks like Khloe
the
Kardashian.
Accent too. She kind of does look like Chloe in this a little bit.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what the Kardashians do wrong.
I know
I'm very
the
excited.
Kardashians. I checked and they did not post any.
We'll throw
of
that in as like a little blurb in the next episode, just to kind of go over maybe who was our favorite. You know.
True.
Adele.
Yeah, I think the makeup, whoever her makeup artist was, really did a good job, because I feel like, too, like, I feel like with the Addams family, though, too, the makeup is such a big thing.
It is.
So, did I give 4.5?
You did.
Yeah, I did. Alright, next. Then there's Ice Spice as Betty
0. Absolute 0.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
What?
Because I think it's
She's in a red little dress and that's it.
Because I feel like I think it's like Kelsey Ballerini. Like, it's very, like, her, but basic.
Oh,
it's very her, but basic.
Like,
that's what Ice Spice's, like, whole, like, thing is, like, her hair like that. It's, like, her hair like that. So, I give it a 3. Alright, next is Hailey Bieber as one of the characters from Scary Movie.
That's cool.
And I think Hailey Bieber, like the Kardashians, always does such a good job with, like, the photo shoots and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, she's one of the celebrities who every time always does such a good job with, like, her Instagram photos. But I just think it's very basic.
She looks fantastic, but from far away, I'm like, this is just like a Victoria's Secret Angels photo shoot. You know? Like, it's not giving Scary Movie at all.
Yeah. So
2.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna give it, like, a 2.5.
Yeah.
Alright, next is Sarah Hyland.
Who's that?
She's from Modern Family.
Oh, okay.
And her husband as Ranch and Ketchup. I thought this was hilarious. And this seems very much like her personality, too. And I kind of like when celebrities, like, yes, I love when they go all out for outfits, too. But I also like when they kind of throw back and go a little bit more, like, funny basic. Funny basic. So I thought this was funny basic, and I thought this was hilarious. Yeah. So I give it a 4.
I'm gonna give it, like, a 1.5.
Next.
I'm sorry, it's like...
Okay, next we have Northwest as the bear from Kanye's album. I thought, if she came up with this idea...
She freaks me out.
She literally, like, is a genius.
Oh, God. She probably did. She came up with that.
This was so funny.
I'm gonna give her, like, a 3.
Honestly...
That's pretty good.
That's... more than a 3. I think that's a 4, like a 4.5.
Wow.
That's so creative. How many people have done that? Yeah. That's so creative, and I feel like it goes, like, I know Kanye is canceled, but, like, I feel like it's her dad. Like, let's be honest. Like, you know what, to her, like, she doesn't see it.
She's a mini
like
him.
That. Exactly.
So.
Like, she doesn't, like, not that, anybody supports Kanye or whatever, but, like, at the end of the day, like, it's his child. Yeah. Of, like, she's influenced by her dad and, like, whatever. So I think that's pretty creative.
Freaky,
that's pretty like creative on my end.
Yeah, I think that's creative.
Next is Kendall Jenner. She was Marilyn Monroe.
See,
I'm disappointed.
Minimal effort.
I'm disappointed.
minimal effort.
I don't know if this was maybe just kind of like a small outfit. Like maybe this isn't her main outfit this year, like costume this year.
She put on a blonde wig and called it a day.
She put on exactly
a blonde wig and a turtleneck.
Yeah.
She's done this look before, not trying to be Marilyn Monroe. You know?
Yeah.
I bet she has a picture.
Like, I think...
Do we have Alex Earl in here? Or...
No, but I put Alex Earl. You've seen
Alex Earl was Madonna,
mm-hmm.
and I think she looked very similar to Kendall's.
Yeah.
And I was not a fan of Alex. I'm Alex Earl's biggest fan, and I hated her Madonna costume.
Really?
It was not the route I expected her to take. She could have looked so much better. Like, for someone who everything is flattering on her.
What do you think she could have done different?
She could have been Barbie. You know, like, she would have killed Barbie. Her and Braxton, are you kidding me? Barbie and Ken. Like, she just... I didn't like it at all.
Really?
Sorry.
I actually liked it. I thought it was something different.
It was different. I wish she wore a different outfit, I think.
I thought it was something different from her than, like, her classic, like...
I guess so.
Like, perfect blonde look. Like, it was something more... Like, that's what kind of...
I guess so. I just...
Madonna was known for, was for being edgy.
Yeah,
and,
no,
like,
I
think, like, that's what Alex Earl's known for, is, like, being perfect and, like, that perfect, like, sorority girl, like, blah, 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 whatever. Like, so I think I liked it. I thought it was something different. I'll put up her picture, too. But yeah, Kendall Jenner, I was just kind of like, I was expecting more.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite outfit of hers is when she did Jessie.
Yes.
Ugh.
Jessie was her best costume.
I was just expecting something, like, different. Like, I don't know. Next was James Charles as Hannah Montana. I thought this was so terrifying yet hilarious at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, his TikTok too.
I can't even look at that picture, it freaks me out. We have it like up down here and it is freaky.
It actually is really funny. Oh my god.
I forget if I've ever told you guys, but like I have never seen Hannah Montana. Like, I'm not like a Hannah Montana fan or whatever. I know, I'm sorry. But like, I know he killed that. Like, that is really good.
That's funny.
And James always goes above and beyond with Halloween. I have to give him that. So
he did.
This to me, like, even though I've never seen it.
Look at this. Is that him? It's from the scene of the movie. What? she gets out of the truck and she starts walking away. I'm crying.
I would honestly give, coming from someone who's never seen this movie, I still give that a 5 because that is just iconic.
You need to watch this movie.
Okay, but I give it a 5, so be happy for that.
I give it a 5 too. I think it's so hilarious.
He was very creative. That's the creativity I like
want to end on a funny one.
That's fantastic.
Isn't that so funny?
Shit,
all right, so now let's jump into your game.
Okay, this is very quick. We're gonna wrap it up with this. Basically, we thought we could, have a list of 10 candies, and we're going to see, because we're roommates, we're extremely similar, yet we have a lot of, like, differing beliefs that we like to kind of bring onto this podcast.
So true.
And, like, different opinions on, like,
facts.
The most random little things. So, like, we thought we were like, let's base you saw our categories little game last week. So this week we're going to rate candies 1 through 10 and see if we have any similarities.
Sure.
So I have the list of 10 candies right here, but then we're going to pull out our phones to write our own categorized list. So we're gonna do Jeopardy music our way into writing these down for a hot second.
All right, here we go. Well, should we tell them? I think we should just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like all the way down to 10, and then go through each one, and then we list it, and we can't go back.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
So I'm making.
That's kind of complicated, though.
Why not? All right, let's do that.
Okay. And we'll put our, like, finalized lists, or Cat will, if she has time, put our finalized lists on the board just to compare. Maybe. We'll see.
It's a lot of editing for me.
If not, we'll go over it again.
No, okay. I'll put it up.
Okay.
All right.
So.
Wait, I'm not ready.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Our first candy we have on the list is Starburst.
Okay.
Now, are we going to say that out loud or, like, keep it to ourselves? Are we talking about it, like, right now?
Oh, no. Let's talk about it right now.
Oh, okay.
All right, Starburst. Where are you putting it on the list?
Honestly? Oh, sorry. You go first.
I'm going to put Starburst, I think, at 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have mine at 3.
I really don't like sweet candy.
See, I consider that like a sour candy.
Really?
It's not sour, but like it's not chocolate, so I don't consider it sweet, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
And I'm more of a chocolate gal, but Starbursts are fantastic.
All right, next is Hershey. Okay. Ooh. I'd have to say Hershey is number 1.
Me too. I put
Really?
Hershey as number 1.
Yay.
Nothing beats like Hershey's chocolate. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I've been to Canada, like Niagara Falls, and they have like the huge Hershey store. Oh, it was just magical to be there, honestly. I got the thickest like Hershey shake, and everything about Hershey's just fantastic. So,
all right,
number 1. Next is Reese's peanut butter cups.
10.
Like your least favorite?
Yeah. Well, I don't like peanut butter, so.
Oh, I thought you liked those for some reason.
I hate peanut butter.
Really?
Makes my throat itchy.
Oh, I'm putting that.
That's a 10 for me.
I'm putting that. Can I cheat and like look at the other ones? I think that's 9 for me. I don't like Reese's either.
Really?
No, I always like that's the candy I trade on Halloween.
Yeah, that's.
I will get rid of all my Reese's.
Reese's is the one I saved for my dad. Because my dad
nice.
likes them, so I'd be like, no, like unless like
I don't know how to
unless like
Reese's.
it was a good trade, then I was trading them. But like usually I was keeping them for my dad.
Kind.
All right,
Next,
Skittles. Again, I'm gonna put Skittles at 6.
I have them at 6.
Wow.
Well, I was gonna type them in at 6. I love Skittles. Like I'll never decline Skittles, but I'm never gonna like go to the store with Skittles in my mind.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice, but
no,
like
never in my mind.
Really,
Never
I
in my
do
mind.
like Skittles. Sometimes I crave a Skittle.
All right, next.
Next we have M&Ms.
2.
Me too. We are so coordinated on the candies. Wow.
That's very true.
Alrighty, candy corn.
Candy corn. Honestly, I have to say, candy corn is probably number 4.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm putting mine at 7. I don't love candy corn at all, but I definitely don't hate it. Like, I'll eat it, but I'll have 3 candy corn.
I'm the same way. You
and
can't
I'm
have
done.
it. Yeah, you can't have it in like.
That's not
you can't
something you
have a
casually
bag.
pick
Yeah.
like M&Ms. Like 3 candy corn and I'm done.
No, that's very true. I don't know. I feel like candy corn just brings up a lot of good memories for me. Like my grandpa loved
that's cute.
candy corn, and there was a song that would be like, "I don't like candy corn." Like he would just sing that every year,
cute.
and I was just like, "Oh, like candy corn, just like
Or you know, the song like I want candy.
Yeah.
That makes me think of candy corn for some reason.
Like it makes me think of like Hops.
It's a nostalgia
like that movie.
Yes,
Like,
I had them. I had that little thing. Yes.
But no, I like candy corn. Like, but again, like it's not like could sit there and eat a whole bag of them.
Totally.
Like you have a couple and you're done.
Yeah.
But I think that's also why I like them, because like you didn't get sick of them. Like you never got sick of them. Like you were just kind of like, I'll have a couple and then that's it.
And then that's it. Yeah. All right.
Next is Snickers.
Okay.
Snickers. I think I'm gonna have to put Snickers at 5.
Really? I have Snickers at 8. I don't enjoy Snickers.
Yeah, I think I have Snickers at 5.
I don't like, the only candy I like with like nuts in it is Almond Joys. I'm not like a...
Oh, does Snickers has nuts in it?
Yeah, that's like the whole point. Oh wait, it's like nuts and...
Isn't it like nuts and caramel or something?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's at 8. Or no, that's at 9.
You can't change it.
Whatever. Well, I only changed it because I didn't know what it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't love Snickers at all. Alright, next is Twix.
Twix is at 3.
Twix is 5 for me. I love Twix, but there's just things above it for me.
I love Twix.
Like, again, that's the thing. I'll eat 2 of them and be set for a while,
Oh,
you know?
me too.
But they're delicious.
I feel like because they're really
Twix.
sweet. They're really sweet for me, so...
I might need to have a Twix after this, actually.
True.
Anyways, what's next?
Next is Laffy Taffy. I think I'm gonna put Laffy Taffy at 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Laffy Taffy is dead last for me.
Really?
I will never eat Laffy Taffy. I don't know if I ever even have. Maybe once, just to try it, but I don't like it at all.
See, Laffy Taffy, I feel like kind of reminds me of like a lollipop.
Really?
Yeah, like I feel like it's like something you kind of like just suck on, like
interesting
type of thing. I don't know. Yeah.
Alrighty, and then what's the last spot you have open? 8?
Yeah.
And I have number 4, and that goes to Whoppers.
Ugh, hate Whoppers.
Really? You don't like Whoppers? I love Whoppers. I don't think they'd be at 4, it's just the way my list worked out. Like, Twix and Skittles would be above, nah. Twix, Skittles, and Whoppers kind of all have the same relation for me. They're both great.
I feel like you wrote your favorite candies because I really, honestly, besides M&M's and Hershey, I really don't like any of these candies.
Really? No, I thought I did like 5 that I love and 5 that I don't.
Really?
Yeah, like that's how I based it. I tried to make it at least even.
No, I'm pretty much like a big chocolate gal.
Me too.
Like I really only eat, like I don't really eat like any of the stuff that wasn't chocolate based.
You don't like?
I don't like.
Yeah.
I really don't like.
That's very interesting.
Like I've had it like as a kid, but like it's like to this, I haven't probably had a Laffy Taffy in years.
Yeah, I know, I don't like those.
But yeah, that was fun. So I'll put our answers up here.
Yeah.
So you can see.
That was
and
our Halloween
that wraps up the
episode. Again, we hope this was very nostalgic for you. It was definitely nostalgic for us. We just love to walk down kind of like memory lane, but then also tap in like to like what we did in like these years and stuff and relate them. So
happy Halloween, roomies. We hope that you dressed up this weekend, or you're gonna dress up the following weekend.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Happy Halloween. Stay spooky, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.